Hello, everybody. It's Lynnis, and welcome to Lynnis Minutes. I hope everybody had
anion product. A product, negative ions come from lightning strike, and we do not want to.
And it's really because I have a 3-part framework or process called exploration.
some quick tips, tools, and techniques that are going to aid you in midlife.
One of the things I teach my clients in my counseling and coaching, when you find yourself going down that rabbit's hole, you got to find that mantra, that's something that will bring you back. The thing that brings me back is I say, come back, Jewel, come back. Because I know I've gone somewhere far, way in the past or too far in the future. And I tell myself, Jewel, now come on back, come back. And it may sound so simple, but it works for me. And everybody needs to find that mantra, that quotation, that scripture, that affirmation, that declaration that triggers you and says, come back to the present moment. So when I look at Easter, I think of Christ in the middle, a thief on one side and the thief on the other. And so that to me says that the thief of the past is stealing from me. If I'm staying in the past, in grief, in sadness, in regrets, in anger, or if I'm staying too much in the future, worried, what's going to happen, those two things are things. Christ is right in the center, in the moment, suffering, but rising.
There is so much joy and peace that you can find in the present. You'd be surprised the small things that you could focus on. I have a rock here. I keep it right here on my computer that I look at. Now, this rock is just a little thing. I did not paint this rock. This is a rock that I found on one of my walks. My people who follow me, they know that I go on these long Saturday walks, because sometimes I come on Facebook Live and talk about my walk. And one of these, I found one of these rocks, and it was on a little pillar. Someone had set it there. So I picked it up and I walked a little further. There were like 2 or 3 other rocks. Somebody had actually painted these rocks, and they had messages of peace and joy. This one said love. So I took the rocks and I put them other places in the areas where I worked, but I kept this to remind myself about the importance of giving and receiving. We as women have to learn also how to receive. That's not a coincidence. That's a God wink. That's to letting you know that he sees you, he hears you, you are not alone. This journey was meant to be walked with him on your side. You're not out there on your own at all. Just be aware, because truly, I believe the universe conspires and rises up to support you wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
The key for me is, yes, be aware, but also don't be in denial. Don't think that the world or God is against you when you have your season of suffering. We cannot escape it. We cannot escape the suffering. And to me, that is what my spiritual walk has taught me. Jesus suffered. What makes you think you're not going to suffer?
Absolutely.
When my son passed away, and I thought I could just play the right music, say the right prayers, do the right affirmations, give him the right herbal supplements, make him comfortable. I'm going to save my son. And when nothing saved him from passing, I immediately had a connection with Mary. I said, oh my God. Now, if Mary could not save Christ from his destiny, who am I to think that I could save him? I'm not a bad mother. Mary wasn't a bad mother. But there's something in our humanness that makes us think, I can control this, I can fix this, I'll do this, and I'll get this, and I'll just practice my alchemy, and I'll just say the right thing, and I'll sage, and I'll drink this, and I'll take this, and I'll say this. And it's like, at some point, we have to accept the fact that life is brief, we will suffer, but we can go through it with grace and with grit. I have more compassion for people in pain than I ever did. I have more patience. I have less judgment because I have suffered tremendously on losing many people in my life. I have suffered on many different levels. I'm sure you have too. But we can come out of it. We can be transformed. We can get the gold out of it, out of that fire. We can get the diamond out of that dirt.
Absolutely.
You see? And so those are the symbols that help me to get through my suffering, to realize that this too shall pass. As Bishop Frankie Beverly May says,
Okay.
there is joy and there is pain.
Mm.
There is sunshine and there is rain.
In front of me, I'm visual. I have all kinds of words and affirmations and scriptures and pictures and everything like that.
Yeah.
I have that one word, holy boldness. And another one I have is manifest. And another one I have is provision. And another one I have says, embrace your awesome, God's grace. You know, those are the things that keep me moving forward, because yes, there has been pain in my life. I mean, it's pain that the greatest pain that I experienced in my life is what brought me to do what I'm doing now. And that was, you know, over 30 years ago when my mom was hit by a fire truck on her way to work as she was driving to work. I was only 31, 32 at the time, just had a baby, 5 weeks old, had 2 other little ones at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes.
you know, she was just taken, 56 years old. And it took me years to get over that. How I found out about it was traumatic, and you know, just a series of events. But I look back at that now, and I see the silver lining in all of that.
Yeah.
Because had that not happened, I would not have developed the anxiety disorder. I would not have almost lost everything as a result of that anxiety. I would not have taken the time to get well. I would not have decided that I wanted to help women who went through some of the similar things when it comes to their overall wellness, and I wouldn't be talking to you now. So that's the silver lining in something that was catastrophic. And I believe you're absolutely right that we can find the silver lining in this event as well.